Hello ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to make a quick video. That's why you don't see the usual backdrop. And as you can see, my room is really messy, but I just saw this video of a boxing match, a really short boxing match that caught my attention. I'm like, I gotta try to analyze this. And I'm trying to get better at analyzing fights. I kind of fancy myself a little bit as a fight analyst, but not really. I'm not that good. I'm not Jack Slack. I'm not Lee Wiley. I'm not Lawrence Kenshin, okay? But maybe I can try to educate myself by looking educational. I don't know. It helps. It helps with getting better at this stuff. So it's this fight between Adrian Estrella and Edwin Sonsona. It took place in San Luis Potosi, Mexico, which is, by the way, 1.86 kilometers up. And for those who don't know how high that is, that's 6,100 feet, which is way higher than Baguio. Baguio is like 1.4 kilometers up. You gotta understand that whenever you see a fight of any kind and it takes place in Mexico, the very first thing that has to pop up in your head is elevation, because a lot of cities in Mexico are on mountains, especially Mexico City, which is like 2.25 kilometers up, way higher. The air is thin, it's hard to breathe, your cardio is not gonna be any good. Can you get altitude sickness in Mexico City? It is not an uncommon occurrence when visiting Mexico City, yeah. That's why Mexican boxers are really good, not only because of technique, but because they have insane cardio just because of being Mexican, living in Mexico, training in Mexico, fighting in Mexico. Anyway, so this fight is notable because, well, spoiler alert, the Filipino won. This fight took place in 2015, May 16th. I'll translate for people who can't understand Tagalog. The caption here says, Pinoy was invited to Mexico to serve as a punching bag for their champion with a record of 22 wins, 20 by knockout, and no losses. Pretty impressive. And the champion was able to taste a punch that came from Batangas all the way to Bicol, as in it came like crossed provinces or counties to you Americans. Let's watch this fight. I'm gonna watch the YouTube one just because, well, I want to use YouTube hotkeys. Commentaries in Spanish, so I can't understand. I took Spanish classes. I can only recognize like every 6-7 words. Hey, we're on one. Great production value. Oh, and that's a rabbit punch. Good eye by the referee. But as you can see, Southpaw Filipino against an orthodox Mexican. Mexican bouncing around while the Filipino just throwing haymakers from downtown. It's an entertaining fight because the Filipino just came in. Piss and vinegar. Boom. How does he hope to hit his opponent? How? There's another one. Whether he's missing or not, you gotta understand, the opponent will not want to get hit by one. So that already creates kind of a threat. Okay, watch out for that left hand. Don't worry, as long as I see it coming, I'm gonna be able to dodge it. But that already creates a threat. Oh, see that? He's feinting the left hand. Alright, working the jab, looking to hit. Oh, straight right, landing for the Mexican. And another one, and just the Filipino just landing shots, and the Filipino still swinging like he's trying to hit a home run. Oh, good right uppercut by the Mexican. Stinging jab by Estrella. By the way, one of the commentators for this fight happens to be Ricardo El Finito Lopez, one of the GOATs, the long-time minimum weight champion. Minimum weight. Super small guy, but that guy held down an entire division for like over a decade. Anyway, boom. Right uppercut, left hook. And despite that, Filipino still keeping his lead hand down. Has no fear whatsoever. I also like the fact that one of the sponsors, two of the sponsors of this boxing match is D-Link and Kingston. The computer companies sponsoring boxing. I like that. And that's the first round. Basically, Eden Sonson just throwing haymakers, missing most of the time, while Adrian Estrella establishing his jab, hitting with the right straight. So you may think, uh-oh, the Filipinos in trouble. Oh, wait a minute. This fight ends in the second round. Spoiler. But it's for a reason. Yeah, D-Link. D-Link, I don't use your router anymore. I now use a Linksys router. Oh, there's even an elbow there. So, hey, wait a minute. Elbow grazed from that left hook. Alright, second round. Estrella continuing to box, but now he's... You see what happened there? And he's not going to get up. Look at this. That was a really good shot. Oh, and that's it. They stopped the fight. Yeah! Pinoy pride! Woo! Yeah. So what happened here? Let's go back to the knockout. Start of the second round. You notice right from the get-go in the second round, the Mexican started getting more aggressive. He's starting to stand in front of the Filipino brawler. Well, calling him a brawler may be a little disrespectful to his skills. In the first round, he actually showed a good counter left. He actually had a straight left. He wasn't throwing 100% haymakers. Boom. The punch that knocks the Mexican out is not the rear hand, but the lead hook. So basically what happened here is he established the threat of his rear hand and just kept swinging it, which then makes the Mexican wary of the left. And then in the second round, what happened was he stood in front of him. Okay, let's throw the left and then follow it up with a right hook. And that's what knocked him out. Which is weird, because the very first punch the Filipino threw was the right hook. It was the right hook. It turned into a rabbit punch, sure, but it was the right hook. It's like he forgot, you know? Hey, I got a whopping right hook. And he forgot about it. But you look at that, he actually hit him right in the ear, behind the ear. So it was connecting. The left hand was connecting every now and then, well, grazing him, but still, it's kind of connecting. So that makes him really afraid of the left hand. So all he has to remember, okay, watch out for the left hand. I duck under the left hand and then follow it up with my own shots. That's what he's thinking. And he's hitting with his own left hook. See that? Okay, watch this in slow-mo. He's gonna load up the left hand. Immediately he recoils. So he knows his reaction. Alright, let's watch the knockout in slow motion. There's the left hand. Boom. And he did what he wasn't supposed to do. He brawled with a brawler. At the start of the second round, no less. I wonder how the Filipino would have fared if the fight went on to the later rounds. Because, as I've mentioned, San Luis Potosi is high up. Not as high as Mexico City, but definitely higher than Baguio. So that would have been bad for him. The Mexican would have had an advantage if the fight went on longer, especially with the fighting style that the Filipino was exhibiting. Anyway, that was a really messy analysis. Let's look at these boxers' careers after 5 years. So ever since he beat Adrian Estrella for the vacant WBC International Silver Super Featherweight title, God damn it, WBC. I swear, you and your different special titles. He has since won 2 in 2016 and 2017. This guy fights like once or twice a year. Hey, he had 3 fights in 2017, 2 fights in 2018, 1 fight last year, and no fights yet this year because, well, COVID-19. He's been on a 5-fight losing streak, unfortunately. All by, like, mostly by knockout. Oh, that's bad. And he's only 31 years old. It's worth noting that Edwin comes from General Santos City, the same hometown as Manny Pacquiao. So I guess he was inspired by Manny Pacquiao. Who knows? I've also looked into to Sonsona's past fights, and dude can box. It's not like he only throws haymakers. Here he is against the Japanese Kohei Kono. He has fought in America. He has fought in other places. And he's like a 49-fight veteran. Look at that. He's wearing wild card trunks. The gym of Freddie Roach. Yeah, and in this fight, he's not throwing all haymakers. He's actually, well, there's a haymaker though, so it's a big part of his game. But he can throw straight shots. He's not bad. But he does like going to the body with those big uppercuts and hooks. You see that? What? Oh, he can pivot. He can frame. He knows those tricks. So he can be technical if he wants. As for Adrian Estrella, he was an up-and-coming prospect. But ever since his loss to Eden Sonsona, he won 6 more, and then he went on to take 2 losses, and then won again with a split decision in 2019. And then lost 2 more. So he's kind of on a skid now. And he has never went past an intercontinental title. Never went past a regional title. He did fight for an IBA World Super Lightweight title. But that's about it. And kind of in a skid. But he's still only 29 years old. He can still catch up. But the thing about boxing is the way people value undefeated records in boxing. It's not like MMA wherein if you lose like a few fights, you're still okay as long as you get yourself back up and fight contenders and start winning again. You'll be fine. You'll still see a title shot. In boxing, once you have like 1 or 2 losses, your value is already halved. The thing of boxing is they love record padding. Yeah. Anyway, drop your comments below about my poop commentary. Anyway, that's all for now. Till next time, stay Tor.